I can't fuck with none of these hoes, nigga, fucking.
Fuck me cause they want my cutty. I'm smoking dope like a kick. I'm such a bitch, now they take it ready. Okay, so I think like a week or so ago, I had posted a video about my happiness and how I just wake up happy in the morning and just be like real giddy and all this stuff like that. And I had a couple people inbox me and was like, well, what is your morning routine? How do you just wake up happy like that and all this stuff? So I'm gonna give you a couple of tricks that I do when I wake up. First of all, I wake up in an attitude of gratitude. I know that is so cliche, but it is the truth. I wake up and I'm like super grateful that I can open my eyes. And not only that I can open my eyes, but I can open my eyes without any kind of pain, any kind of sickness, any kind of, ill will towards anyone. It's just like I went to sleep happy and I can wake up happy. I'm just like super grateful for the little things, moving all my fingers, waking up and my house is still there. A lot of people woke up this morning, they don't even have a house anymore. You know what I mean? So I compare it to, not to sound like that, but I compare it to situations that could have happened but didn't happen. You have people that go to sleep and their door get kicked in and they don't wake up the next day because somebody wanted something that they had, they jealous of them or whatever. I wake up in gratitude that none of that is my situation. I'm really up and able, The first thing in the morning, I get up, like I said, wake up with an attitude of gratitude. I pray, I meditate, I work out and get like the blood circulating. Even if it's not a hardcore workout or I don't go to the gym, I still get up and move my body some kind of way. It could be, you know what I'm saying, yoga, Pilates, lifting weights, kettlebell, anything. Even if it's a walk around the block. I just get up and I get those juices flowing and the blood circulating, okay? That's another thing. Sometimes I will put on YouTube, turn YouTube on and put on something not necessarily motivational, but something that's definitely positive. Something that has to do with like personal development, things like that. So most of the time, people will record either parts of the Bible or books about personal development and stuff like that. I add that to my daily routine as well. Once I do that, I go ahead and probably get something to eat. Sometimes I don't eat in the morning. Most of the time I do fast in the morning. I usually don't eat until 11, maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's on the daily thing. So if y'all be wondering, oh sure, why you stay so small? I think that's one of the reasons why, outside of getting up, and getting active. But I definitely do fast. All I really have is like water, or I'll have like fruits or something like that, but I don't really have a heavy breakfast. Maybe a couple times out the month, or if I have company, I will make breakfast for them and I'll, pick off of it. But in the morning, I normally do not have an appetite. I don't drink coffee. Sometimes I will drink tea or hot lemon water, but that's really it. Throughout the day, the one thing that always guaranteed to piss me off is traffic. So I try to avoid going out in traffic if I can. If I do go to work, I will take the road less traveled. That is a fact. That's one reason why I really don't like go down south or whatever like that. If short trips, longer trips over an hour or something, I could do that. But traffic really be messing up my feng shui. So I try to avoid. I know that pisses me off, so I try to avoid that at all costs. Another thing I do is the music and the stuff that I listen to throughout the day. I try to keep anything negative, I try to keep it out my ear gates. Like whatever come in my ear, I do not. All that music about violence, about what they'll do to women, things about, giving yourself up to anybody and all that stuff like that, I try my best not to listen to it. Most of the time I'm listening to old school music or music that feeds the soul. I try to, like I said, I try to stay away from all that negative stuff. Anything that's negative, I will turn it off, or I will turn the song. Or most of the time when I know like it's a rap song, I don't listen to it for the words. I will listen to it for the beat. And if the beat is upbeat, that's kind of like a happy tempo for me. So I could listen to that, but not listen to the words, or not absorb the words. But I won't listen to it on a consistent basis. Like I said, most of the time, that's why everybody like they get in my car and they be like, "You in love?" Yes, I love myself, and that's another thing. I love myself to the moon and back. You know what I mean? So majority of the time, I am listening to things that have to do with love, but I reflect it to myself and not necessarily another person. And I mean, that's it. Like I said, once you really, really, really love yourself and everything about you, and I'm not saying that you're the perfect version of yourself, but you love the flaws, you love the things that, you love the imperfections, you love the flaws, you're a diamond in the rough and you know that, you know what I mean? When you start to love all those things about yourself, and you know you add value to other people, and you see that life is worth living, you really don't have a choice but to wake up happy. I know that when I wake up somehow or another, my presence is going to impact someone or something, or the world in general. You know what I mean? Something positive is going to happen out of me opening my two eyes and being here and present. So once you kind of get into that tempo and get into that groove of things, then you wake up and you be like, another day. You know, all good things come to me. Like you say your affirmations, like hopefully you have a list of affirmations. But yeah, you say your affirmations and you just get up being positive. People wake up, they don't want to go to their job, they don't want to deal with their spouse, they don't want to deal with their kids, they don't want to deal with their dog. Everything that they probably can change, they don't want to deal with, and they feel like they're stuck in that situation, or that situation, or that relationship, or that bond, or whatever. They feel like they stuck and they really don't have a way out. And if there is a real solution to the problem, not saying it's something that you like, not saying it's something that you 100% agree with, but if there's a solution to the problem, nevertheless, try to go for that solution. And stop trying to, you could get another job. It's something that you actually love to do. You know what I mean? You don't have to be stuck just because you feel like there's no way out. There's 9 times out of 10, there's always a way out, unless you're a real hostage in that situation. Oh, if I quit my job, if you really don't have another skill set, you know, or the talent to go and work for yourself, or to find another job, then you really might feel like you're stuck and you really can't get out of that situation. But like I said, 9 times out of 10, you really can. You can always find another job, you know, even though it might not be paying the same, but it might be more enjoyable. What's worth it? Your peace of mind and your happiness, or the paycheck? Now that's up to you to decide, because some people will always pick the paycheck, but those people tend to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? I want to get paid for doing something I love to do. And if it's, you know, people get paid to speak, to bump their gums. This lady get paid to grow worms. This lady grow worms in her backyard, y'all. 6 foot of space, and she makes 6 figures a year growing worms. I didn't even know you could do that, but she loves it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's always a solution to the problem if you think deep enough and creative enough. So I don't know. So that's why I wake up happy every day. I give God the glory. I'm always super excited to see what the day will bring. I don't have any animosity with anybody, no anger, no nothing. I have no issue. It keep cutting off, sorry. But another thing I thought about is there are times when I will not even deal with a certain person because they're too negative. And I know people say that all the time, but I'm serious. Like, I'll go on a date with somebody and they'll just have one too many negative things to say for my liking, and I will never talk to them again. And they'll be like, dang, shawty, why you did me like that? And I'm like, baby, you ain't got nothing positive to say. What? I mean, you complained about everything and everything that was going on at that restaurant and or wherever we was at. You complained basically the whole time about the service, about the food, about the people. You know, I don't know, baby. We can't be friends. So that's another thing. Cut negative people out your life. Make sure that you have, you know what I'm saying, like grace for people as well. And sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't, because you're grown and you know when you're not being a good person. So yeah, those are just some of the things that I do in order to make sure I go to bed happy, make sure I have a good day, and make sure I wake up happy. Like I said, if I wake up next to somebody and they're not, you know, I'm not saying you got to be chipper or whatever, but if you're just grunting and mean, if you wake up and you don't even say good morning, bye. So anywho, let me get to work. I love you guys. Make sure that you have an amazing day. I adore you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see y'all later. Bye.